Alright, today I complete the Shooting Stars quest, and this quest is honestly a massive game changer, because here's the thing. Recently, I spent 7.7 million gold on a 2 to 3 generic rank up gem to rank up my Sandman and get me Thronebreaker. Now, was it a good idea? I think it was, because Thronebreaker offers a ton of new stuff for me to complete. However, there is one issue, and the issue is that I am now resources broke. I have pretty much no ISO or gold, but this quest is going to change that because you get a ton of tier 6 ISO selectors and you get a bunch of gold as well, and the cherry on top is 3,000 7-star shards and 6 Paragon crystals. Now, Paragon crystals are for Paragon players for a reason because they offer 7-star champions, and I am not at that level yet. I don't have a rank 4 6-star, let alone a 7-star champion, so it is a pretty big deal to get these crystals because they offer 4 through 7-star champions, and even 5-star champions are still massive game changers sometimes. So no matter what, I have a 50-50 shot of getting something super good from these crystals. So yeah, this is a pretty big deal, but first up, the bosses. Now that was Gore with Sandman, and Sandman is one of the best Gore counters in the game because he blocks out healing, he is immune to bleed, poison, and shock, which are the 3 debuffs that Gore inflicts, so he is just a really strong counter to Gore. And now we have this Wong boss, and this Wong boss has combat deja vu placebo. And by the way, I know what you're thinking, where is the first boss, which was Guillotine 2099? Well, I didn't record it, unfortunately, because I thought that this was going to be a month-long journey or something, but nope, it was done in about 2 days, which is, a lot different. But now we have Cassie Lang just destroying this Wong. She is buff immune, so she counters the combat deja vu placebo, which is the hardest thing about this Wong here. And yeah, Cassie Lang is just such a strong champion. I know I had some, criticism for not ranking her to rank 3, but she'll go up eventually. All of my 6-star champions will go up eventually, like Diablo, Cassie Lang, Archangel as well. More on him later because I have a massive plan for Archangel, which will be pretty dang cool once I get it done, which is going to be pretty soon, hopefully. Like I said, full speed ahead on the account, man. I want to just get things done as fast as possible, and it looks like Archangel is going to be the solution to that. But yeah, this Wong is going down fast now. Once Cassie Lang is fully ramped, she just ends fights so fast. She is honestly a great damage dealer. And yeah, Wong is just going down. We drop the SP1, he drops his special attack but takes some burst damage, and he is now down. And check out the ISO here, man. We get 3 selectors or something, and it's tier 6, and tier 6 ISO is super valuable here. So I am just a massive fan of this, quest. This whole chapter is so good, man. The rewards are perfect for a free-to-play player. And now we have the CGR fight. I used Sandman originally, but it just didn't go well. Titania just played really, really bad, and CGR just gets it done anyway, so no big deal. But like I said, this quest wasn't even that bad. I feel like any Thronebreaker can do it without too much of a struggle. Of course, I have a lot of champions that are really good, for example, CGR, Archangel, Sandman, but even with some lesser tier characters, it is still very doable. But yeah, CGR just destroying this fight because he's CGR, of course he is. And by the way, my CGR is still rank 4. I might rank 5 him because why not? A rank 5 ascended CGR seems like a pretty big deal. And here we get more ISO, and I pick Mutant for Archangel, which is part of the plan. Part of the plan to get him, ranked up because he deserves it. He is such a strong character. And even Unawakens, for now, he still is super powerful. But now we have this Elsa Bloodstone boss, and here's what I'm saying, man. Even a lesser roster can do this quest, because this is a 4-star Hulkling, and he just does this fight really dang well. And of course, it's just an Elsa Bloodstone, but still, man, it's a 4-star Hulkling, and he still just tears down the fight pretty easily. But beware of the block damage, because right there, yeah, the block damage is pretty brutal. But once that is done with, it's not too bad of a fight at all. But yeah, this was the 4th boss, I believe, or the 5th boss, one of those. But we're getting close, man. We're getting close to that first set of Paragon crystals. And Paragon crystals on this account will be super rare because it is free to play, so I can't really just spend units on whatever I want to, right? I have to play it cautiously. And for example, I should buy masteries instead of those crystals. I should spend it on like July 4th, Cyber Weekend, even gifting maybe. I can't really just spend it on crystals that are just a gamble, right? But hey, that's why I have a whale account that I can just buy crystals on whenever I want to. Which of course still is a bad idea for any of the whales out there, but hey, it's fun sometimes, right? But Hulkling eventually gets down this boss. Not too shabby, but it was a pretty long fight, but then again, it was a 4-star champion, so can't really say much about that. So he picks some more mutant ISO, and then I go for skill here because I don't have enough skill ISO either. And now it's time for the final boss here, which is Storm Pyramid X, and Cassie Lang just destroys this fight because it has this prowess node, and Cassie on her SP2 has guaranteed crits, so it is a very nice result. But there is a problem, and it's her glancing. Her glancing is one of the worst things in the game. I cannot stand it, man. Like back in the crit me with your best shot meta, she was one of the worst defenders out there. It was just a nightmare, but now that that's gone, we can just not be as petrified by her, right? But yeah, here I dropped SP3 for some extra attack rating increase, and then check this out, man. I go in, and then she drops a special attack, and this is where things get pretty good because she's going to throw another one here, and then check out this damage output. Not too shabby in the slightest. That was some very nice damage output there. We can just rinse and repeat that, and then we'll be kind of chilling, to be honest, because check this out again. I drop it after I get some more power stings. Just kidding, she glances me, which is super fun. Her glancing, man, the worst thing ever. But we can just try again now, because why not? I get the poison there, which is good to extend the taunt duration. Then I drop it again, some very nice damage there, and the fight is about to be over pretty much. Not too shabby in the slightest. But she drops one more SP1, I drop my last SP2, and that ends the fight in a pretty good amount of time also. And there is Shooting Stars completed. I pick my final set of ISO. I go for tech here because I still have that 4 to 5 tech gem, which is really, really important, by the way, because that could be Punisher 299, which I think it will be. But now it's time for the Paragon crystals, the main event of this video. So anything good here, man, anything that has value on attack or defense, like a good 5-star champion, a great 6-star champion, any 7-star champion is a good one, even Venom the Duck, to be honest. Just want something good here, please. And the first crystal, there's 6-star Kingpin, there's a 7-star champion, and we get a 5-star Mcoc. Now, that is a good pull because I want good defense for my Battlegrounds roster eventually, and Mcoc is one of those champions. So I have a 3 to 4 Mystic Gem, and I can ascend him as well, so that's honestly a pretty great pull. But now we have the second crystal here, hopefully something good, and there's a ton of 6-star champions, but we get a 5-star Nightcrawler. Now, that is a lot worse. He has pretty much no use on attack or defense, so yeah, this pull, not too great in the slightest, but hey, there's still 4 more crystals to go. Hopefully something good, hopefully a good 6-star champion this time around, or a good 7-star champion. But I mean, if it's a 7-star champion, no complaints about any of them, right? But the crystal stops, there's some 6-star champions, and we get a 5-star version of Korg. Now that is also a really good pull. I have a ton of 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 skill gems, and I have some ascension dust, so he can go to rank 4 ascended as well, which is great for some defense. So I will take that for sure, man. 5-star Korg, honestly a fantastic pull. And next up, the third to last Paragon crystal. Just please something decent here, man. The first 3 crystals weren't too bad at all, but hopefully we can just build off of that. There's a 7-star Hawkeye, and we land on a 4-star version of Ultron. Pretty sad, man. Not what I want at all. Just 4-star characters kind of ruined this opening because I'm just done with them pretty much, right? Like, I have no use for 4-star characters besides ISO, and that was a new champion, so not the best thing out there. But we have 2 more crystals, right, to get a 6-star, a 7-star, a good 5-star maybe. Just something decent here, please. And we land on, there's a lot of great champions there, but we get another 4-star champion with Silver Surfer. So another pretty big like loss here. It is what it is, man. We still have one more crystal. Please, just any redemption. Any good 6-star champion. Like I said, any 7-star champion, literally any 7-star champion, no complaints from me. Yeah, I cannot complain about a 7-star character, right? No one can, besides like the whales, right? But the crystal stops, there is 7-star surfer, there are some 5-star champions, and we get a 5-star version of Null. And I'll take the ISO, but this is just like a what could have been opening. The 5-stars are great, like Null, Mcoc, Korg, but it could have been 6-star champions, it could have been 7-star champions, but also could have been 4-star champions. So I can't complain too much about this opening because the 5 stars that I got are pretty big game changers on defense, and Null is a great champion all around. So cannot be too mad about this opening, plus the ISO is great, and the rewards for shooting stars is still super good anyway. So even if I got all 4-star characters, I still got all the ISO, I still got all like the 7-star shards and the gold, so I cannot say too much about this, man. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this opening and just this completion of shooting stars, and yeah, that's about it for me.